Waikashko Halkipis Naxil. Welcome home. Before we start, I just want to give a short explanation on our staff. When we were putting together and planning this event, this celebration, this ceremony, we were talking about carrying an eagle feather, having some symbolism to the run, walk, canoe, horse. And we started talking about our survivors, the people that have endured and survived residential school from our community. We started talking about the individuals, taking names, doing a little research on when they attended, where they went to school. Sharon was a big part of the discussions. And we started looking at the individuals, and then we started looking at the families. Which family did you come from? From the research that we've done in a very short period of time, it was identified that we have 17 main families in this community. So a staff was made to represent the 17 families from this community. And the staff was a representation of the families that attended Kamloops and we brought home. The whole event, the whole ceremony, we knew needed to happen. We talked about it, and we had some key individuals from this community that said, let's just do it. We rolled up our sleeves. We got the endorsement from council. I see we have Council Member Brian and Council Member David here this afternoon. Saying we'll put together a team and we'll start putting down on paper what this thing is going to need, what kind of activities that need to be planned and in place so that when we move from Kamloops to Spachman, that everybody was going to be safe and that we were going to have the opportunity to do the work that we had to do as an individual and as families and not have to worry too much about the environment. So we called on a few key individuals. Colette Sunday, our administrator, she was on board immediately. And we called upon some of our staff to step forward. Emily immediately said, I want to do this, I'm here to help, tell me what to do, what I should do, and the supports that we're going to need to pull it together. So between Colette and Emily, we still needed more help. And Sue stepped in. And doing the logistics of putting the whole thing together, we knew we still needed some more key individuals to step forward. And Dan Manuel stepped forward. But the list can go on. The Residential School Society were immediately on board. First Nations Health Authority were immediately on board. The Okanagan Nation Alliance was immediately on board. Even the City of Merritt, the City of Kamloops, our accounting firm BDO came on board immediately. We had some discussions with our representatives in Victoria who supported the initiative that we were planning here for our community. And the list can go on. And when we were looking at how we're going to make it happen, the staff were saying, let's just do it. And we'll worry about the outcomes later. And that's the financing, where we're going to be able to pay all of our bills and everything. We knew that was going to happen. We talked to some of our neighboring chiefs, and they were all supportive. And we advised that if their membership and our family representatives and our family members and our relatives in the other communities wanted to join us, please do. We were able to get some financial help from Coldwater Band and Struckham Child and Family Services, Okanagan Nation Critical Response Team. So there were so many people that were stepping forward to ensure that if we needed supports, them supports were going to be made available to us. I know that the journey today is just the start. And there's other things that we're going to have to do as individuals and families to continue the momentum that we started here in the last 3 days. And there are things happening outside of our circle that are going to be supporting what we started here. For example, we've been working with the grandmothers from this community to put together plans and action to ensure that our children and our moms and our families are protected, and that we as grandmothers will take the responsibility of looking after our children and our families. That has started, and it'll continue to grow. The other thing that's happening in our valley right now is that we have what we're calling First Nations Court. We're having the first court on October 10th. And that's going to be a huge change for our people if they get involved with the law. They're not going to be just put in jail and throw the key away for a month or two or a year. They're going to have to become accountable, and we're going to be the ones that will make them accountable. So there are a lot of things happening in our community right now that's going to support what we've done in the last three days. I was sharing when I came in here a short little while ago that even though it was only 3 days, it felt like a lifetime for me, because I didn't relive a lifetime in these 3 days to fully understand and to fully release the burdens and the hurt and the pain and the loneliness that I had and suffered at that school. I don't have to pack that around anymore. And I'm really hoping that you as individuals will do the same thing and not pack that around anymore.